Okay, so tell me about the flowers.
What about them?
Well, tell me how you got them and how you didn't know what they were from, and just tell me the whole story.
Well, I got a phone call from over at Flowers of the Woods, and they said that they had some flowers over there for Donna Roof, and in care of me, and that they would deliver them, bring them over.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out how dry these are.
I'll put some water in here in a minute. Okay, so tell me the story.
Don't put too much because you'll run out.
I know. Well, it's got holes in the bottom.
Yeah, well, I don't want it running out in my desk or someplace.
Okay, well, go ahead and tell me the story.
But I see some here, it looks a little bit wildy, like they're starting to...
Okay.
See there?
Yeah? Well, they look fine to me, but okay.
They're dry.
Okay, well, tell me the story.
And she said, when she got here, I got up and tried to get to the door, and I unlocked the door, and she said, "You're Dorothy?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "You want me to bring these in?" I said, "Yes, please," because I couldn't have carried them. I mean,
yeah.
And I said, "Just set them there on the desk," because she did. And I looked at the card. I thought, well, but it was in an envelope, so I couldn't see who it was from.
Yeah.
And I was dying to
You were just like, who sent flowers? Who sent flowers? That kind of thing?
Yeah. I thought, well, who in the heck sent flowers? And he said, but I didn't want to open it up because it was in a card and it was her name on it. So,
so you were a good little girl.
So I was a good little girl. I was dying to open them up and find out who it was from, but I didn't. And
who'd you think it was from?
I had no idea.
But I bet your little mind was working, wasn't it?
Yeah, Donna Jean said, "Oh, you thought it was one of my boyfriends, didn't you?" And she said,
She said what?
But I didn't want to call her and tell her because I figured she'd drive 20 miles down here just to find out who they were from if I told her.
Yeah.
So I didn't say anything, and I kept them all night, and I kept my mouth shut. I didn't call her, and then I thought the next day she hadn't been here all day that day.
Yeah.
She didn't come. Well, so the next morning she started telling me what all she had to do, and she didn't know whether she'd get over here or not. And I said, "Well, I wish you'd come by here for just a few minutes. I got something I want to show you."
Mm-hmm.
And, well, after she went to Tops and all, she come over here at noon.
Yeah.
And she saw our flowers, and she took her card out, and she said, "Well, it's from the roofs at Greensburg."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, I was wondering who they'd from, but I didn't open it up or anything."
As much as you were wanting to, right?
Yeah, as much as I was wanting to. So, anyway,
What?
I'm thinking what now. So the sun was coming in the window a little bit right that minute. So
Yeah.
she decided the sun might make them,
Dry out or something?
yeah. So she took them in there and set them in there. And they are definitely dry because I'm looking at it more than there's a lot of them getting dry here.
They look nice. I mean, as far as flowers go.
Yeah, but if you look close, you can see the petals, some of them where they're starting to get wilty or dry some, like here on the end of this. See the end of that fern there?
No.
It looks like it's a little bit dry.
Well, let me see the card. It says, oh, wait, it's attached to a thing.
Ready?
It says, "Get well soon, all the roofs from Greensburg."
Now you tore it all out.
Oh, now it'll go back.
Well, find it.
Well, I don't
You
know.
dropped it down in there someplace.
Let's see. Move your hand.
Don't break the flower off.
Well, I don't know.
What? Don't break the flower. See if you had.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Now put a thing on the top of it first. If you hadn't tried to be so smart, Now you made a mess.
No, I didn't. So where's she gonna put him? She gonna take him home or leave him here or
I
what?
don't know. She'd leave them here for now anyway.
So you think they're pretty nice?
Yeah, I think they're pretty. I think they're nice. And Tweet called me up and talked to me for an hour or more.
Well, that's good. I guess.
She always wants to know everything.
Who's doing what?
What you're doing and what's Brent doing and how's Donna Jean, and she didn't know whether Donna Jean could talk good or not, or because she'd heard all about.
Yeah, about her mouth in.
She'd talked to Wendy and had told Wendy a bunch of it. And
Yeah.
I guess Wendy had told her some of it anyway. And so I said, well, she still don't know what's going to happen to her mouth. But I said, other than that, I said, most of the rest of the scabs and bruises
Have healed up. I mean, she got a little scar underneath her.
Yeah. Other than that, most everything's
Okay.
scabs are off and the bruises are pretty well gone,
Yeah.
but her mouth's still not right. She went back to the dentist yesterday or whenever it was, and supposed to come back in another month or so and try to figure out what they're going to do, I reckon.